I think it's a wrap on Anthony Richardson's career in the NFL, but let's go over what could possibly be one of the greatest physical feats I've ever seen a quarterback do. There's going to be a lot of TikTokers who are like, no, give it time. No, I'm calling it. It's done. I think his career is probably over, but let's take a look at this absolutely unbelievable. That's all arm talent. Let's also not forget that he had what I consider to be probably one of the greatest combine performances in NFL history. Only Tony Mandarich probably beats him. That's an old Green Bay Packers offensive lineman. But now with him being sidelined again with that same AC joint injury that he had in 2023. And it sucks because obviously all the talent in the world, but ask Cam Newton about having shoulder injuries. It kills you. It kills your career. Here's the crazy thing to me. Even after this injury, he still had one of the best arms in football, but it was clear that he lost some pop on it. And with his lack of consistency just on a day-to-day basis, who's he throwing to there? Potential gets people fired. And you can have all the talent in the world, but the quarterback position is about way more than talent. I also think Gen Z has a real problem. A lot of TikTok followers, sorry to be shitting on you guys, but I just think a lot of Gen Z football watchers see he can throw it a country mile, and it's like, who cares if you can throw it a country mile if it can't be used? Because you can throw a lot of long interceptions. That man right there, Josh Allen, has made so many uber talented raw quarterbacks so much money, and Anthony Richardson and Trey Lance, a lot of these guys, you name the uber talented guy in the comments, because everyone thought that they could make their own Josh Allen, and unfortunately, there's only one Josh Allen. One thing I will never forget about Anthony Richardson is his meteoric rise in the NFL draft and how he went from being a guy that a lot of people thought was a second, third round pick to being considered an elite talent. I'd never watched a down of this dude play quarterback, and I still remember this play. This was one of the most impressive things I'd ever seen, and a lot of you are going to look at that and go, what? What's so impressive about that? He was able to throw this ball about 20 yards with the flick of his wrist with a dude wrapped around him. That is unbelievable. And the hard thing with determining with these guys is, do you put them in immediately or do you let them sit? And each one is going to depend on the player. And we can't forget that he did something I've never seen a quarterback do ever. He tapped out. Didn't tap out for injury. He literally asked to be substituted. You just can't do that. Could I see a scenario where he goes to somewhere else and has a renaissance? Definitely. But I think the expectations now need to be lowered. And again, that's another great play that he makes where he slips. I mean, that's a little weird. I also think this will probably cost Chris Ballard his job. But what do you think of Anthony Richardson? Do you think I'm being a little bit too early on this, or do you think he's done like me? Let me know in the comments. It's sad to see, but man, these quarterbacks, even these guys who are physically freaks and big and tall like that, and I'm talking about Josh Allen too, you gotta stop taking those big hits. Because regardless of how big and tough you are, the human body is both simultaneously very strong and very fragile. So stop taking those damn hits.